Hey guys. Hey, today I'm going to be speaking about how do you post content on social media. And excuse my volume for today. I am in a public place, so I won't be able to generally speak as loud as I normally do. But I hope this is audible enough. Okay. We always keep posting a lot of stuff as trainers. We keep posting a lot of videos or photos or articles on social media. But for some reason, we normally don't get likes or comments on a post, or people don't normally share a post with other people. And why this happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how exactly we can create a good post where it increases of the chances of actually having that sort of engagement. Okay, it's very important that you do it the right way so that you get the kind of engagement that you're looking for, which will eventually turn into inquiries for you. And then you can convert them into clients by using the sales skills methods and stuff like that. We're going to begin. Okay. The first stage you need to understand before creating content on social media, guys, is understand there's something called the research phase. Okay. Now, essentially, this is a stage where you are going to do a lot of research and try and understand the type of content that you want to post. Okay, so you're going to research on such things such as one thing is the type of people that you want to reach, your audience. You're going to find out what your audience like listening to, okay, who your audience follow, and what type of videos do your audience actually comment maximum on, or what kind of videos or posts do your audience, share or like most of the time. You want to try and understand what exactly triggers their reaction and makes them very active on that particular post. So you want to collect that kind of information from them and keep that under record. Okay, so you want to then eventually type and come and create that kind of content which is very much relatable to the kind of nature which they basically respond to a lot. Okay. Apart from that, what you need to do is you need to see what posts work for you as well. So amongst all the posts that you normally create, sometimes there might be a particular post that gives you maximum amount of likes or comments as opposed to other posts. So what you want to do is basically look at the insights of Instagram posts or Facebook posts and see which kind of a post had the maximum reach, which kind of post has gotten you the likes and the comments that you were looking for. Okay, and then try and stick to those kind of posts so that you get that kind of results that you're looking. So don't try and change something when something is actually working for you. All right, so you want to do research on your audience and see what kind of posts that your audience follow, the type of people your audience follow. You also want to do research on the type of post that gives you maximum kind of footage, maximum kind of engagement. So that is basically the research phase. Now, once you're done with the research phase, you move to the next phase, which is called the creation phase. This is essentially where you're going to create the content that you want to sell out, the type of content that you want to keep. Okay. Now, the type of content basically works on trying to find out what kind of content will give you the maximum type of engagement. Like I said, okay, how you're going to get people to get in touch with you. So ideally, what you want to do is you don't want to reinvent the wheel by coming up with something which is already there. Okay, so don't try and create something which is already going to be giving you the kind of footage which you don't want. See what is working for you and create that. Okay, so now under this creation phase, what you want to do is you want to do something which is called the content curation phase. Okay, so what actually you do, how do you curate the content that you're looking for? So say, for example, you're writing an article or you're creating a video. You're going to obviously speak on a particular topic that you feel is going to give you that kind of education, give your audience the kind of education that they want. Like I said, remember, it has to be knowledge sharing. It has to be something that will help them grow, something that will help them learn. Okay, that is obviously important. You can't put stuff that is useless, that is not going to really give them any benefit. Now, what are the stuff that is useless? Like I said earlier, photographs of you without your t-shirt on, simply flexing, or maybe say, for example, posting one rep maxes of your deadlifts or squats without any learning process behind it. Okay, whatever it is that you're doing, just make sure that there is a learning process involved in this creation phase. Okay, so the content curation phase, which you're going to be doing now under this creation phase, is first you're going to do is list down the different hooks. Now, what is a hook? A hook is basically a title of a topic which would hook your audience to look at what you've written or what you've said. Okay, so what are the type of hooks you can create for the title of your article or the title of your video that you're going to be putting? Okay, so some important hooks could be like, involve numbers, involve words that are very, very heavy in the sense like that would turn people's heads. Like, say, if I'll give you an example, 5 mistakes most clients do when it comes to fat loss, or you know 10 reasons why clients are not able to build muscle, or maybe a video that says this is what my client did to lose 5 kilos in 1 month, as opposed to creating boring topics in your videos or your articles which will not turn heads of people. You got to put something that is going to give you that kind of hook where the clients are going to get hooked up. Now, you must have seen this on YouTube, certain video titles that really create that kind of gives you the attention. So you got to create that kind of a hook in order for people to actually read or view your videos. Okay. So once you've done that, and once you've written an article or spoken based on that particular hook, then the next thing you got to ensure that one thing is your audio quality is very good. If your audio quality is not good, I would recommend you to invest in a mic, which is not expensive, but make sure that your audio quality is good. The second thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that your video quality is also good. You don't want to post a video which has got bad lighting or your face is not seen clearly and stuff like that. So make sure that you have a good background at the back. You don't have a background that is with clothes hanging or like a very ugly curtain that is there at the back or something that does not make sense. Make sure that you have an interesting background. It's better if you have a plain white background, but if you don't have that, then you can always try and post in an area where you have a good background. Okay. Now, next thing is the posting phase. This is when you're posting on social media. Okay. Once you've posted your video on social media, there's the different timings on when you want to post on social media. You want to look at what timings does your audience normally view their content, when they browse on social media and stuff like that. Normally, when you're on the way to work, they're sitting in a cab or they're on the way in the train and they're browsing through. So what time do they go to work? Look at that time. What time are they not on their phones? I mean, what time are they on their phones? Apart from that, let's say it's lunchtime, they're having lunch. So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is a good time to maybe post again. Or maybe in the night once they are actually come back home or they're on the way back home, So look at the timings that your audience would generally be, most engaged on and then post at that time. Next thing is, if anyone comments on your post, make sure that you post and make sure once you post that you actually comment on or reply back to the people commenting to your post. You know why? Because the more you post and the more you post and the more you respond to the comments that are there, what happens is that Facebook realizes that this is an important post and it keeps it surfaced up. Okay, and then that's what is going to give you more attraction. More people are going to see it because it increases the chances of you trying to sell a product, and Facebook understands that and it wants to support you because when you try and make a sale on a platform like this, it benefits Facebook as well. Okay, or Instagram, or whichever platform you're actually using. Next thing is, apart from commenting on the posts, what you want to also do is you also want to be consistent in your posts. It's very important that you post consistently. I have told this so many times in the past. Don't post and then don't post don't like post one article or one picture and then not show up on social media for a long time. Then posting it. Keep a pattern. Is it once a day or twice a day? Is it 3 times a week? Whatever it may be, make sure that you have a pattern. The next thing that you want to do is another phase is called the repurposing phase. What is the repurposing phase? The repurposing phase is basically when you post the same content on different platforms. But here, what you do is you may not necessarily post the whole video or the whole article. You would post bits and pieces of that article or that video in other platforms, which maybe is supports shorter videos or something like that. See, right now I'm talking on such a long video, so I don't necessarily need to post a whole video again on a different platform. Maybe I take just 1 minute of this and post it as a introductory video on a different platform. So what you have already created or done, post it on other platforms, which in a way that is supporting that particular platform over there. Okay. Now you don't want to post inappropriate content in the sense, for example, there is something called as a lean forward and a lean backward platform. What is the lean forward platform? Say, for example, in the movie theater, okay? And what are the scenes in the movie theater that makes you lean forward on your seat? Action scenes, maybe when you see something attractive on the screen, or maybe a fight scene or something like that. So the same way Instagram is created in a way where the content that you post are mostly lean forward content. Nobody sits back and watches an Instagram video. You're always look in front, leaning forward, watching a clip, watching a reel, watching a short video or reading an article. But the same way, when you're watching YouTube, no one sits forward and watches YouTube because it's a longer video. People tend to lean back and watch. Okay. So you got to make sure that the content that you're posting for Instagram is not something like long and boring, like an interview that is a 10-minute long interview, or maybe a tutorial video on how to do this, how to do that, or not what to do. The how-to videos work well on YouTube. Okay, and no, you don't want to post it on, let's say on Instagram. Instagram is about quick, peppy videos, something that is really fast, something that will really turn people's heads, that has a better hook. Okay. Now, Facebook is generally now actually a lot of people are discontinuing on Facebook. It's eventually slowly dying out. Okay. It's become more of a marketplace for people to buy and sell. Okay. But Instagram is still a very, very hot social media platform. LinkedIn is a professional platform. You use LinkedIn only if your audience are on LinkedIn. Okay. And stuff like Clubhouse, again, is it's crashing down. It was a big hype in the beginning, but people are no longer using Clubhouse. It might not necessarily work for a long time. But remember this, guys, is speaking so much about the platforms. Just understand is that you are not social media influencers. You're people running a business, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're solopreneur, or freelancer. So don't go crazy over any new platform that comes out, or don't go crazy that you need to post on all the platforms. Select one or maximum two platforms which you feel your audience are on, and just focus on that platform only. You don't have to be on all the platforms. It's not necessary. All right. So this is the advice I wanted to give you when you're posting content. Make sure it's valuable advice. Make sure you're posting on the right audience. Okay. Make sure you're commenting on the post. Very important. Use a hook on your videos, especially when you're creating a title, and from those hooks, create an interesting article, speak on an interesting topic. Okay, so make sure you understood all this. All right, my name is Helios D'Souza. I run a program called the TAP program, the Trainer Adaptability Program. I help fitness trainers earn a lot of money, make a lot of clients, and to have a perfect career. Thank you for listening. Signing out. Goodbye.